Come on, Kingdom Kids. Let's go on another adventure.
CC, it's story time. CC, it's story time. CC always telling the stories. Pink hair and socks, and she's never boring. Whiteboard with the orange tie. You need a recap. Derek is your guy. Oh, with a flow so cold. Everybody get ready for adventure mode. Heather with the crew that's so disruptive. Hey, what's that? Friendly interruption. Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids. Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids.
Eek! I am so excited for today's adventure. Why, you may ask? Because it's the Christmas story. Oh, how I love Christmas time with all the lights and Christmas bells and hot chocolate and presents and Christmas caroling and oh, I just love it so much. Actually, today's adventure doesn't even have a great big question. I just want to get right into today's story. But before we do that, we need to have a recap. Take it away, Derek.
When David died, Solomon became king over all of Israel. One day, Solomon went out to the field and offered up 1,000 burnt offerings. After all that, Solomon went home to sleep, and God came to him in a dream and told him, "Solomon, ask for anything, and I will give it to you." So Solomon answered God and asked him for wisdom to lead his people. God was very pleased that Solomon had asked for wisdom, and he told him, "Since you have asked for wisdom, and not for a long life, money, or death of your enemies, I will do what you have asked. I will give you a wise heart, but I will also give you wealth and honor, even though you have not asked for them. And if you walk in obedience to me, as David your father did, I will give you a long life." Solomon was the wisest king that Israel had ever seen and led his people justly and fairly. What a guy. Anyways, back to you, Cece.
Whoa, imagine having all that wisdom. You know, that almost reminds me of this one time when I was searching dinosaur bones, when we suddenly found a huge... No, we do not have time for an interruption. Me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for...
Adventure Mode!
There was a woman named Mary who lived in the town of Bethlehem. She was engaged to a man whose name was Joseph. One day, an angel of the Lord came to Mary and told her, "Do not be afraid, for you have found favor with God. You will give birth to a son, and you will call him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High." Mary had a cousin whose name was Elizabeth. A couple of weeks before Mary was visited by the angel, Elizabeth's husband, Zachariah, went to the temple to pray because Zachariah was a high priest and only high priests were allowed in that part of the temple. While he was praying, an angel of the Lord appeared to him and told him that his wife would also have a child and to name him John. But Zachariah did not believe him. After all, he was 90 years old and his wife was 88. It was too late for them to have children. The angel answered in Zachariah's disbelief and told him that because he did not believe, he would not be able to speak until the baby was born. Sure enough, Zachariah was unable to speak. Once the baby was born, they named him John, just as the angel had told them. And when the baby was born, Zachariah could speak again. Now at this time, Caesar the emperor called for a census. This means that all the people had to go back to the land that they came from to be counted. Joseph, Mary's husband, was born in Bethlehem, so Mary and Joseph packed up their things and headed for the small city. Mary was so pregnant that she had to ride on a donkey the whole way there. When they finally made it to Bethlehem, Mary was ready to give birth to her baby. But there was no room in any of the inns. Where would they stay? Find out next time on...
Adventure Mode!
No! It left us on a cliffhanger! Ugh, now I have to wait to find out what happens until our next adventure. Actually, you don't. Did you know that you can read what happens next in our story? In your Bibles, you can turn to Luke chapter 2. If you're having a hard time finding it, ask your parents for help. Or maybe you can read it together. Oh, I just love Christmas time. Well, I'll see you next time, Kingdom Kids. Bye!